Hello, welcome to another video by Indicator Vault. And in this video, we're going to go over the Master MACD. You can see here, I have it on the bottom of the chart, Master MACD, and we have it on an Apple 1 hour chart right now. And of course, you're familiar with the MACD in general. It's one of the more popular indicators in the trading industry. But for this, what we've done is we've added moving averages to it. Now you can change the type of moving average, but we suggest using the whole moving averages here that it comes preloaded with. And so I'm just going to go over a few examples of how to use it and how to, catch some trades and even just some price action tips and tricks to incorporate into using this indicator. Now, it's great for finding the trend and trading with the trend. So, for instance, you can see here, starting here at the left, this downtrend that has ended right around here. Of course, we're looking for when price may reverse and when this downtrend will end and start moving to the upside. And of course, you can see here as the MACD and the moving averages are oscillating with price. And so what I like, just a simple thing for price action that I like to find for maybe changing trends or a market structure shift, so for instance, if we're looking for a downtrend to change into an uptrend, find the high that caused the most recent low. And when there is a close above that high, not just trading above it, as we see with this candle, but a close above it, I will then start looking for buys. And so what do we also have here? 2 candles later, we get a signal from the Master MACD coinciding with the moving averages crossing over and momentum starting to show to the upside. So once that happens, I typically like to wait for a candle, either the candle that the alert shows on or the candle after it, for that low in this example, at least, since we're looking for a change to the upside, to be taken. So of course we see this candle does not take this low. This candle does not take this low, but then we see it take the liquidity. It even goes below the open of here, which I consider liquidity as well. And then a great up move. 2 super strong candles that take out this high here, which would have been a great trade right there if you just out for that. Little bit of consolidation, and then one more final push up to catch this great move. Again, downtrend here, and we see a sign with price closing above this high that we might get an up move. And it coincides with this buy signal from the Master MACD, along with momentum shifting towards the upside as well, which can give us confirmation to look for a trade to the upside. And then for the next example here, because we can see price still continue to move up. And so, we can expect a retracement down. If you want to get in this move, it's a little choppy here as far as like not really clear signals, but on the lower time frame, there may have been, some better entries. Moves down, some consolidation. And so we're not quite sure, are we going to get another down move, and will it continue the downtrend, or is it going to continue this brand new uptrend that we see here? Well, just kind of using that logic, we have this low here, and then this high here. And obviously we can see no low getting taken here, but this high, we see this close above it. And now, as I mentioned in this example, where we see the buy signal form after a close, I would typically like to wait for liquidity to be taken before I enter. However, you will often note and find that if the buy signal happens on the candle that closes above the high you're looking for, many times it's actually safe to take a buy signal right there. Now, of course, we do see a retracement, which is natural. And yes, we do see that low here. But many times when that buy signal forms, you can see just a skyrocket move, a very, impulsive and expansive move happen right away. And of course, that is just up to your own personal risk management and risk appetite. But that's just another, tip to look for the master MACD. And of course, naturally, you could have just looked for this high here to be taken, which it clearly did here. Quite the move there, but a great, confluence just for very simple price action stuff. You can use other things such as order blocks and even supply and demand in confirmation with this. When you learn how to read the momentum and use these buy signals properly. And here we are now moving to the NASDAQ 15-minute chart. And just an example of what I was just mentioning, find the most recent low that caused the high. We can see here, it was broken to the downside with a sell signal on that exact same candle. So as that candle closes, you'd see that signal paint and then impulsive move downwards. And that is happening right as you can see there's not much momentum to the upside coming out of this consolidation, right? So after consolidating, we're expecting expansive moves, very strong impulsive moves. We just need to know if it's to the upside or downside and when to enter. And so with this signal here, with that close below the most recent low, you could have taken a sell here right at that open, with maybe your stop here and caught that move. But I'm going to go into catching this next move here, which continues down for a while, just using a simple Fibonacci retracement. So here we are. I've marked out the range from this high to this low. This is the range we are working on now after this strong move down. I personally just like to use the 50% level. Obviously, others like the 61.8 or, 72 level are very popular ones as well. I just personally like to use a premium and discount logic. So if we're believing for more downside to this, which is already telling signs just based on here, right? So we have the strong impulsive move down, and look at the momentum the MACD is showing to the upside. But look at where it gets. It just barely pokes into the premium side of the range. So even with all this momentum here, price is still fairly weak and not, with this momentum the MACD is showing, you would expect it to start, testing this high and potentially take it out. But here we have, it poking into the premium side. So I personally would not be looking for sells until it got to the upper half of the current range we are in, which we have here. But again, I'm a little weary of some buys. Maybe you could have looked for something down here. Obviously, we see it close back into the discount, but you can see the momentum is fading here. And so it's just some uncertainty with signs of the MACD showing that, price is still weak and we can expect another down move. Now, just like I pointed out with, looking for a close below the low, you can look for a close below the or the 50% mark. If you have a range that you're comfortable looking at, which for me, this is a very clear one from this high to this low, we have signs that price is weak and it is in the premium half of the current range. And what do we have here? Yes, we do have a close here, but no signal, no, true, confirmation that I personally would feel comfortable with. And even then we see price does poke, test this high again. We do see a signal here, which also coincides with the moving averages crossing, by the way, and with momentum fading. And what did I say earlier? If you don't see it close on the exact candle, wait for the candle before to have liquidity taken. So we do see it poke above here. And if you felt comfortable getting in that trade, that would make logic sense here, just with the confirmations of the MA's crossing, momentum dying, you are in the premium range. But if you want an extra confirmation, you wait for this close as well, and then this signal. Obviously not as good of an entry as this, poking above here with this wick. But that's just, if after all these confirmations, we have two closes back below into the discount range, showing that there's probably some willingness to move back to the downside because our bias is bearish. And then, we have this signal, and then this one shows didn't quite get back up into here, and that's just your personal preference for rules. If you wanted to get in as soon as that candle closed around this price with your stop above here, that would still, that is reasonable using all the logic that we've used, because we've already seen a potential entry here. So if you've missed this or you just weren't comfortable with this precise entry, you could wait until here because, again, we're looking for lower prices. First target for this low to get taken, which we see strong candle down here. And then, of course, much more strong impulsive moves to the downside, some more. And so that's going to be it for this video. The Master MACD, great for spotting momentum and trends, just with very simple price action logic, and again, you could throw on other indicators from the indicator vault that will work perfect with this and make the drawings a lot easier to see and work with. But again, just using simple highs and lows logic and closing prices of candles, along with, the logic here and just premium and discount, and learning how to read the momentum and the moving averages crosses is going to give great insight into where the next move will be in price. And if you can expect, trends to continue or if they're showing signs of reversal. So I hope this video was helpful. And until next time, best of luck trading.